Students, our next topic is non-polar and polar dielectrics. We know that dielectrics are the insulating materials which transmit electric effects without actually conducting electricity. We know that in every atom there is a positively charged nucleus and a negatively charged electron cloud surrounding it. The two oppositely charged regions, they have their own centers of charge. The center of positive charge is the center of mass of positively charged protons in the nucleus, and center of negative charge is the center of mass of negatively charged electrons in the atom or molecule. Now dielectrics are of two types: non-polar dielectrics and polar dielectrics. The non-polar dielectrics like hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, benzene, methane, etc., they are made of non-polar molecules. In such molecules, the center of positive charge coincide with the center of negative charge in the molecule. Therefore, each molecule have zero dipole moment in normal state. Such molecules are symmetric in shape. For example, hydrogen, this is hydrogen atom, this is hydrogen atom. In nitrogen, this is a nitrogen atom, this is a nitrogen atom. Now their center of positive charge and center of negative charge, they lie at same point and the molecule have zero dipole moment. Polar dielectrics like water, alcohol, NH3, HCl, they are made of polar molecules. In such molecules, under normal condition, without external electric field, the centers of positive and negative charges do not coincide because of asymmetric shape. For example, this is HCl, this is HCl, or we say this is HCl, this is hydrogen, this is chlorine. Now the center of positive charge, this is towards this side, and negative charge is towards this side. That is, center of positive and negative charges, they do not coincide with one another because of asymmetric shape of the molecule. Therefore, each molecule has a spontaneous or intrinsic or permanent dipole moment. When a non-polar molecule is that molecule in which center of positive and negative charges, they coincide with one another. When a non-polar molecule is held in an external electric field, then center of positive charge, this is pulled in the direction of E naught, and center of negative charge, this is pulled in a direction opposite to direction of E naught. Therefore, these two centers of positive and negative charges in the molecule, they get separated by a small distance. The molecule therefore gets distorted, and this molecule is said to be polarized, and a small dipole moment is imparted to each molecule. In fact, the mutual force of attraction between centers of positive and negative charges and the external field pulling these centers apart, they reach a balance or they reach a equilibrium, and the molecule gets polarized. When there is no external electric field, the centers of positive and negative charges, they coincide. When an external electric field is applied, this center of positive charge is pulled in the direction of E naught, and the center of negative charge, this is pulled in a direction opposite to E naught. Therefore, two centers of positive and negative charges, they get separated. Therefore, the molecule gets distorted and it is said to be polarized, and a small dipole moment is imparted to each molecule. Therefore, the force due to electric field pulling the two centers apart and the mutual force of attraction between two oppositely charged regions, they reach a balance and the molecule get polarized. A dielectric with polar molecules, this also develop a net dipole moment in the external electric field. When there is no electric field, then different permanent dipoles, they are randomly oriented due to thermal agitation. So total dipole moment of the dielectric is 0. When an external electric field is applied, the individual dipoles, they tend to align with the direction of field. Therefore, when summed over all the molecules, there appears some net dipole moment in the direction of electric field, and the dielectric is said to be polarized. The extent of polarization, this depends upon relative strength of two mutually opposing factors. The extent of polarization depends on relative strength of two mutually opposing factors. The applied external electric field tending to align the dipoles with the field, and the thermal energy tending to disrupt the alignment. Therefore, each molecule becomes a teeny electric dipole with dipole moment parallel to external electric field and proportional to it. The induced dipole moment acquired by a molecule can be written as P is proportional to, induced dipole moment is proportional to external electric field. On removing the sign of proportionality, this becomes alpha epsilon naught E naught. Alpha is a constant of proportionality called atomic or molecular polarizability. Here epsilon naught has been used to give the dimensions of volume to alpha. Dimensions of alpha will be, अल्फा को इधर रख लेंगे, ये उधर जाएंगे तो डायमेंशंस ऑफ p अपॉन डायमेंशंस ऑफ एप्सिलॉन नॉट into dimensions of E naught. Now the unit of P is, dipole moment is product of either charge and distance between two charges. This is coulomb meter. Dimensions of epsilon naught is coulomb square per Newton per meter square. Dimensions of electric field is Newton per coulomb. This become meter cube. Therefore, atomic or molecular polarization, these have dimensions of volume. These have dimensions of volume. Atomic polarizability have dimensions of volume. For most of the atoms, alpha is of the order of 10 raised to power minus 29 to 10 raised to power minus 30 meter cube, which is of the order of atomic volume.